story. You know, one fallout of the prolonged crisis between the federal government and Academic Union of Universities, ASU, was the inclusion of universities in the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS. But like any idea whose time has come, the federal government has yielded to superior logic. The Federal Executive Council, FEC, has directed that the university system be removed expeditiously from the IPPIS platform. This new directive was one of the resolutions reached at the Executive Council meeting, presided over by President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Iko, we can go there. So reason has prevailed.
Yes, and you see, the federal government just didn't get up to say they were going to do this. Okay. They lost in court. Okay. On the 1st of June 2023, the Industrial Court, the National Industrial Court, gave a judgment ordering the federal government to disenroll universities from IPPIS. Because the IPPIS was destroying the academic environment because of its clear lack of flexibility.
Yeah.
You have a situation in which you committed an offense and the management of the university punishes you by suspending you. IPPIS will still send your salary in spite of the suspension.
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
Because it is not homegrown.
Wow.
The salary, everything. You have issues, they say you should go to Abuja. If, for example, there is a subject matter expert who dies a few weeks or days to the election, to examination,
yeah. Okay.
The school cannot immediately hire
a
replacement or somebody to even do that work.
Yeah.
They can't. Because everything is centrally controlled. The VC of an institution cannot hire a gardener.
Because of the
same, except he wants to use his own funds or the IGR of his.
Okay, the hand he wants to hire would not be captured.
No. The system.
And even when you want to do that, it takes a long time. People get promoted and many months after, it's not reflected in their salaries.
Oh, dear.
So there are many reasons. This academic said, look, we don't want IPPIS. You can imagine universities thrive on bringing their peers from abroad
researchers
to come and do sabbatical here, and our own people to go over there. If you do that, they won't get paid.
Wow.
Yes.
So is that why we had the UTAS?
They now suggested that, look, let's have the UTAS.
Okay.
The University Transparency and Accountability System.
Yeah.
The UTAS did better than IPPIS in the test that was conducted.
Okay.
Many times.
In spite of that, they refused to allow the UTAS to happen. Even the non-academic staff, they also came up with their own system. They also didn't use their system. They continued to pay them through IPPIS. And I don't blame them. There were people who were saying, look, you cannot dictate to your employer where to put your salary.
Yeah.
Oh, before IPPIS, some of us were privileged to be taught by even foreign teachers.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Who were on sabbatical in our school.
How were they paid?
Because there was no IPPIS at that time. The university cannot be a unitary environment.
Yeah.
The university system thrives on flexibility.
Cannot.
A situation in which you cannot... Somebody was hired from one of the private universities here in Lagos, the Federal University. 18 months. The guy didn't get a dime.
Aye.
Because IPPIS are still not captured.
No thanks to IPPIS.
Yes. So that is why we are saying, look, and what are we even talking about? If you are saying it's an excellent system, is it not within the excellent system that a lot of money gets stolen at federal level? A situation in which an accountant general will be stealing over 100 billion and return 44 billion. and then claim that, oh, he thought that by confessing, he thought they would not put him on trial.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had the cheek to even say that publicly. You had the cheek to say that publicly. That you thought that by cooperating, you will not be put on trial. And those guys, they said, no, we never made that promise to you.
Banana republics don't operate that way. Charles,
Yes.
Mine is the angle of a listening government. The government lost in court, as we've been told, and so has elected to do what's right.
This is more than 1 year after.
But I think it's an
more than 1 year after, since
exactly.
1st June 2023.
Yeah, when this the previous government was there. I think it's an admission.
No. After the government took over.
But I think when IPPIS was introduced in 2006, the university system kicked against it ab initio.
Oh, yeah.
That it was brought in here. I think it was funded by World Bank, if I recall. It was funded by World Bank. So what the university system said then was that it did not capture our peculiarity.
Peculiarities, yes.
Okay.
Number one, not just university system, peculiarity of the total workforce of Nigeria, the civil service and all that. Why should we be using a foreign system that doesn't capture the peculiarity of our system? That was the first salvo they fired. Then later they also came up with that the university environment is an intellectual environment.
Yes.
So it is not the regular and the conventional civil service environment where you have to be burdened with some of these things that
that's it.
All these their earned allowances and all that they mentioned about research, they are not captured in those things. So that was why they had that challenge. They now came up with their own, and they came up with the UTAS, which of course they even asked federal government to use UTAS instead of IPPIS, not for university system alone, but for the entire workforce of the country. That they should look at it very flexible, user friendly, but they never even told. They passed. They suggested it through test. They didn't say, okay, but the IPPIS was never suggested through test. Why? Because they are developed by Nigerians. When are we going to when we start this patriotism towards what we have here? And it has been tested and proved that UTAS is more user friendly and can capture the essence of what they are promoting, and can also help in curtailing this corruption we are talking about there. But I am happy that government has finally seen reasons to accept this.
Yeah.
So let's find a way to deploy it. In the course of time, review it, tweak it, and then so they can meet with both the prevailing circumstances.
We don't even know which one they want to use now. As we speak, nobody knows which one. My own concern is when a judgment of the court is pronounced, you must move quickly to obey the judgment.
Exactly.
Waiting until more than a year,
that's criminal.
Start taking steps.
Yeah, that's criminal.
It's not. It makes no sense.
That's criminal.
It's an order of the court, for God's sake, and it's the industrial court that has the jurisdiction to entertain labor matters. It's not as if you are going elsewhere. That is the court. So why wait until more than a year? If we continue along this path, we will never achieve industrial harmony in our ivory towers, because
and more than
these disagreements will grow.
Our democracy will continue to give us...
No, once the judgment is made, this judgment was handed down the 1st of June, 2023. That's more than a year ago. And we are still talking about, expedited. No. By now, we should know what they want to use.
That's it.
By now.
And we can only hope that the quarrel overhang between the FG and the ASU will be resolved.
Because there are other issues. This is just one.
One of the main...
the infrastructure fund that they've been asking for to revitalize the universities is still not being paid.
Wow.
There was the 2009 agreement meant that from time to time, the federal government will review the agreement, take a look at it, see what they can implement. If you cannot, because look, let's face it, the federal universities, if you see how bad some of them look.
Yeah, very, very bad.
I saw the hostel of one of our I almost threw up.
Students are living there learning.
The condition
they will come out to this system
under which students are learning.
Wow.
And that's why ISU is saying, let's freshen up infrastructure in those universities. You don't have to. You can't bring the money at once, but you can show a level of seriousness by releasing money incrementally until we get to a point where we can say yes.
Seriousness and commitment.
Yes. ASU struggles gave birth to TED Fund.
Okay.
That we are enjoying today. It was ASU's suggestion.
Okay.
Arising from their industrial actions. So let us obey the courts. Expeditiously obey the courts. Disenroll these people from IPPIS, because IPPIS has shown that it is meaningless, it has failed.
That's what the law says.
And follow the law.
Gentlemen, we must go.